There was a time on my YouTube journey where I almost convinced myself that there was something wrong with me. Not my camera, not my editing, not my thumbnails. Me. Because I would upload a video I was proud of, sit back and wait for that moment everybody talks about when views start rolling in. And instead, nothing happened. No surge, no excitement, just silence. And that silence would mess with your head if you let it. I remember sitting there staring at my screen thinking, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I started too late. Maybe there's just too many creators out here already. Maybe YouTube just doesn't see me. And the more I sat with those thoughts, the more real they started to feel. So what did I do? Exactly what small YouTubers do. I started watching the numbers, refreshing the page, checking the views, hell, even checking the impressions. Like I was really in my own mind, just checking to see if anything changed, hoping something would move. Because when you care about something this much, you just want a sign that it's working. But the more I watched those numbers, the worse I felt, because now every small change meant something. If views went up, I felt relieved. If they stayed the same, I felt doubt. If they slowed down, I felt discouraged. My emotions was being controlled by analytics, and I didn't even realize it. Then one day something hit me. I realized I wasn't creating anymore. I was just reacting. Every decision I made was based on fear instead of confidence. I was questioning videos before they even had a chance to breathe. I was doubting myself before the process even finished. I was basically getting in my own way. And that's when I understood something most creators don't realize. Growth on YouTube is quiet before it's loud. It doesn't always start with fireworks. Sometimes it starts with doubt. Sometimes it starts with slow days. Sometimes it feels like nobody is watching. But that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Because while you sitting there thinking your video is failing, YouTube is actually learning. It's figuring out who to show your content to. It's testing your audience. It's collecting data. And I'm just now starting to learn that that takes time. Time most creators don't even give. We live in a world where everything feels so instant. Instant messaging, instant replies, instant results. So when something takes longer than expected, we assume it's broken. But growth isn't instant. Growth is layered. Growth is built on moments nobody sees. I started realizing that the creators I admired didn't get there because every video blew up. They got there because they didn't stop when videos didn't. They stayed consistent when it felt pointless. They kept believing when it felt quiet. They trusted the process when nothing made sense yet. And that changed how I look at everything. Instead of asking, why is this video not moving? I started asking, how can I become better for the next one? Instead of waiting for validation, I started to build discipline. Instead of letting doubt speak louder than my vision, I started reminding myself why I started. Because at the end of the day, this journey isn't just about views. It's about growth, personal growth, creative growth, mental growth, becoming a person who doesn't quit when things get uncomfortable. There will be days when you feel invisible, days when you feel like questioning everything, days where you gonna wonder, was it all worth it? And those are the days that separate the people who make it from the people who almost did. You're not failing because it's hard. It's hard because you're doing something most people never attempt. You're putting yourself out there. You're building something from literally nothing. You chasing a vision only you can see right now. And that takes courage. So if you watching this and feeling discouraged, feeling stuck, feeling like your channel isn't moving, listen clearly. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not incapable. You just early in your story. And every creator you admire was once exactly where you are. Confused, unsure, waiting for their moment. But listen, your moment doesn't come from just one video. It comes from the decision to keep going, to keep learning, to keep improving, to keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Because consistency turns doubt into confidence. Consistency turns effort into a skill. Consistency turns small channels into big ones. And one day, you're gonna look back at this stage and realize it was necessary. Necessary for your growth, necessary for your mindset, necessary for the story you're gonna have to tell later. Because success feels different when you remember what it took to get there. So don't let a quiet moment convince you that you're on a wrong path. Sometimes the quiet is preparation. Sometimes the quiet is where your foundation is built. Sometimes the quiet is where your beliefs get tested. And if you stay in the game long enough, things is most definitely gonna start to shift. And it won't be because you got lucky. It won't be because the algorithm suddenly likes you, but because you became the type of creator who doesn't stop. So if you need a sign to keep going, this is it. If you need someone to tell you that you're not wasting your time, this is it. If you needed a reminder that your effort matters, even when it doesn't feel like it yet, this is it. Your story is still being written. And the best chapters don't come from quitting. They come from pushing through. So if you're a content creator watching this, I want you to promise yourself one thing. No matter how slow it feels, no matter how quiet it gets, no matter how discouraged you feel, you don't stop. Because the only way to guarantee you won't make it is to quit before it happens. Drop a comment and tell me what keeps you going even when it gets hard. And if you're serious about this journey, subscribe to my channel. We leveling up this year. Also, if you haven't checked out my last video, make sure you click right here. Tap in. I go by the name of Stash Cash. I see y'all again on the next one. Yeah.